Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Radiant Butterfly 24. Today is Monday, June 22nd, 2026, and this is part 2 of the continuation of the video of the white vehicles in the community. And I'm going to go through the images, and hopefully this is just going to be a part 2. Hopefully I won't have to do a part 3. And so there are images I'm going to show you of the white vehicles and of it being like the vehicles in the community, whether it's a PERT vehicle or it's a visitor vehicle, of it being like a possible perp. So also I want to mention how like in the first video I was going to mention, like if I were to get a vehicle, it wouldn't be a white vehicle, because especially as many vehicles that's in the community already, individuals coming into the community visiting, that wouldn't be a color that I would choose for a vehicle. And I would basically choose a color other than like white, red, and blue, because of getting a vehicle is more of, what you can afford, and then of the color, it may be or the style of how it identifies you or whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna continue the video, and like this has like a I wanted it to have like a different background, and I'm just gonna start where I had left off. Okay, so this is where I left off, and this is a one of the white Mercedes that's in the community. I had already showed that in part 1, and if you haven't seen part 1, go back and look at that video. So of this vehicle, this particular vehicle, it's an indication of the individual, of that person who befriended me in at the workplace. But mind you, we were in orientation, befriended me, and whom I believe was a perp. I'm gonna call her GR Perp. And this was the vehicle she ended up getting due to the harassment that took place in the workplace. She was a liar. She was lying to management. Then it came up with some story about it was about some guy. No, it wasn't about a guy in the workplace. It was about you, and I said you, of what she ended up doing and how she ended up benefiting. But this vehicle here, as you can see, is by you see where it's next to. So that's an indication of, to me, is her and the workplace. Okay, so I'm gonna continue to go through these images. So I just want to say that. Okay. So this is like during the winter time of so you see there's a white vehicle here in which uh, these are perps who are renting in the community. Um, the the individual no longer has this vehicle. They're in a Bronco, and I'm going to show you the Bronco um, like toward the end of the video, as well as the Mercedes that's in the community. So getting ready to head out on this day out of the community. So this is I already showed this vehicle of the I had mentioned how these perps, they had moved in and they had put up Christmas decorations and they had a Grinch out there, and I was calling them perp Grinches. But if you take a look at down here, you're gonna see these white vehicles as I pass by here. See the white vehicles? Here's a white Bronco in the community, and that's what they're um, indicating as well as one of the vehicles is the white Broncos. These two here are two marked white vans, and then there's a white vehicle here as well. I can't make this up. So this is a white vehicle here. Um, Let me go back real quick. So the Bronco and this vehicle here, I'm unsure about these vehicles of them being um, like I'll just say like visitor vehicles, of it possibly being visiting perps or whatever. So this image here, this is a parked white vehicle, so it's a visitor vehicle. This is actually the street that I live on here, leaving out, heading this way, and so you can see like there's a red vehicle there, it's a white vehicle behind there, and this white vehicle. These are visitor vehicles, and this white Jeep here is a visitor vehicle here, and then down on the end here you can see the white vehicle down there. As you can see, getting ready to leave out, there's a white vehicle here, visiting vehicle. This vehicle right here getting ready to back into the driveway. That is a perp vehicle right here. So both of them are white vehicles. Can't make this up. Let me move this over here so you can see. So pulled out into the street. As you can see, the white vehicle backing into the driveway. Here, you can see the white Jeep. I'm getting ready to go around into the community. This big white Jeep. So that's a visitor vehicle here. I'm getting ready to go around here. This vehicle right here is a white vehicle. It's a visitor vehicle here. And then there's a thing with the pickup trucks as well. So I'm gonna probably do a video on that. There's so many pickup trucks in this small community in which I live. So that's an indication as well. Okay, so I'm going around. You can see there are two white pickup trucks in this driveway here, and there's a white minivan on the street right here. And then this okay, let me go back. So one of the trucks here is a PERT vehicle, and one of them is a visitor vehicle, and this is a visitor vehicle as well. So you see the white vehicle here. There are white vehicles on the end, but I believe this one is a visitor vehicle, white vehicle. Here, okay, you see the white vehicle there. See these vehicles that I'm showing you, and again, look at the on some of these images, you're going to see on the dashboard of the date. So and you're going to see like and if it is the same vehicle, I'm going to let you know. I've shown you this vehicle before, but it's something in the image that I'm going to point out. So this is a white vehicle here within the community, maybe a visitor white vehicle, and then it's a little blurry here, but it is a white Jeep on the end of it, being near where that blue vehicle is. And I believe this is the white Jeep that's in the driveway. So that is a PERT vehicle. This vehicle here, it's a white SUV. It's a I want to say it is a I'm not for sure with this one, to be honest. And because of this vehicle being backed in, because the ones that I'm really sure about, I'll see them like in the driveway or like in the garage. So, but you see, this is a different type of white vehicle. Now, this vehicle here is a white Bronco. Now, I showed you another Bronco, a white Bronco, but that was on another street. And then I showed you the parked, it was like a big Bronco, and that was like parked on the street. But there's one that I showed you that was on another street, like the white Bronco. But this is a PERT vehicle here, this one right here, this white Bronco here, because it's always parked out in the driveway near this black pickup truck. Okay, so you can see here, this is a white vehicle here parked on the street. So that's a visitor vehicle there. This white vehicle here, and then there's one here. I'm going to show you. Bring this over. So this is a PERT vehicle, and this is a visitor vehicle here. So this is actually on the street that I live on. Now here, remember I was in the first video, I was telling you about the this was like an older model Mercedes, and it having the California license plate, but yet they had that plate on for the longest, and not in California. But I'm showing you this picture again to where now you'll see that it's on in the garage, on backed in on this side of the garage. And then here's another white vehicle, which is a Mercedes. So it's like, okay, you have two white Mercedes in, at this household. That don't make sense at all whatsoever. See, this is what they end up doing, and then want to label somebody, and then they have this red vehicle here, which is a visitor vehicle here. But yeah, the two white Mercedes at this household. This white vehicle here. This is a perp vehicle, and they have some type of tags on the back of this vehicle here. Of the license plate is a little different. This vehicle here, I'm getting ready to leave out. This white vehicle here is a parked vehicle. It's a visitor vehicle. All these different white vehicles. Showing you again with the two white Mercedes at this household, and this white vehicle here is a visitor vehicle, white vehicle. Here, this white vehicle here, you can see all of them are like different. So this is a perp vehicle here. And then just showing you again the two white Mercedes at this household. And then there's other households where I'm gonna show you where they just have two white vehicles at the household as well. And I had showed you all that in the first video of it having like the two white Equinox, but I was unsure about those two vehicles at that household. Now, this is the Bronco that's on the other street. I had just showed you that one that was parked next to the black pickup truck. So this one is in the driveway, parked next to this white Jeep here. So so I have two pictures or two images of this white vehicle, where this one was, I believe it was backed in, and it was in the driveway by itself. So the two white vehicles, can't make this up. So if you can remember on one of the images I was just showing of, I was coming from this way, get right past this way. So this was the white Jeep here, like near this blue vehicle here, and then there's a white vehicle right there. Near these mailboxes here, getting ready to head out, and then this white, it looked like a Outback white vehicle, and it's probably a visitor vehicle, or it could be sometimes where people just coming into the community, riding in the community, of them being told to do that, of them being on assignment or whatever. This vehicle here, this is a visiting vehicle here. And I showed you this of this white vehicle here, and where there's a blue vehicle that's there. These where I had mentioned about the them having like the Christmas decorations with the Grinch, and I was calling them a perp Grinch in one of my other videos. So here's a white vehicle here. It's a visitor vehicle, and matter of fact, it's parked across from the driveway where I am. So I'm like bagging in. This vehicle here is visiting on that street there. But there is a a white Jeep that's on the street that I live on. Matter of fact, there's two. And then, so remember the blue vehicle parked on the street. So the white vehicle down on that end, which is a white Jeep. And so here's another white vehicle here. So this is a visitor vehicle there of that white vehicle. This is a perp vehicle here, and you can see like this white unmarked van here, of which those are tend to come into the community as if, like doing some type of work, but of not having like the company name on the vehicle. Okay. So remember, on this particular street, this is where like the white pickup truck, and it had like two white pickup trucks in the driveway. So that's where one of these pickup trucks are. So this is like a perp vehicle here. And then this look like a white van here. There's a white vehicle here, as you can see. So it's a perp vehicle. And I believe I showed that vehicle, and it was in the driveway. But the one that was in the driveway, I had mentioned about the license plates. So it's like they tend to like switch up cars. That's what they tend to do. In this picture, you can see getting ready to come out into the driveway, and you can see this white vehicle down on the end here. It's raining this day, so you can see this white vehicle here. So unsure if this is about this vehicle. I'll just say that. And then this vehicle here, it's a white vehicle. It's on the street, so I'm assuming that is a perp vehicle. Not a perp vehicle, it's a visitor vehicle. So this is a visitor vehicle, and you can see the white vehicle down on this end, which is a perp vehicle. This was recently, I want to say like last week. It was raining, and you can see like this so-called rainbow, but this is down where the where I had mentioned about the perp branches and their vehicle in the driveway. I believe that's their vehicle in the driveway, or it may be the white Jeep that tends to visit. That might be that vehicle, either one of those vehicles, because I can't really, because it's a little blurred in this picture. This is a visitor here with the white vehicle, and this was the last week image of because it was raining last week. And so that there it is again. That's a white vehicle, and then there's a white vehicle there. Getting ready to leave out of the community, so this white vehicle comes in. Can't really tell if I've seen that vehicle in the community or not. It's like so many. It's so many. So I'm getting ready to leave out. They're coming in. As you can see, this is a marked white like van here in the community. Getting ready to leave out the perp branches pulling up in the driveway. So that's them there. Um, so getting ready to head to my street, and you can see that there's the two white vehicles there. So one is the perp vehicle and one is the visitor vehicle. And so this was last week as well. It was raining. So this is on the street where I live on. And remember where the image where um, the vehicle was backing into the driveway. Um, that this is that driveway, but it appears like the vehicles are not the same. They're not the same vehicle. But that's the driveway where they were. Well, you know what? Matter of fact, this is a different white vehicle because that one that was backing into the driveway is further down this way toward my right. So all these white vehicles on this street, and I do want to mention real quick, there's one vehicle on my street that I don't have a image of. So wasn't able to show you. So this is that many white vehicles in this community, and then it's just so many. I've shown you this picture before, and you'll see where I'm gonna move it over. Where so now over here, these individuals now have like instead of the white Jeep that time where it was in front of me and it was heading over here, now they done switched it out to a black Jeep. And so this white vehicle is so I'm assuming it's a perp vehicle because this is a different day of this image. This is a visitor vehicle. It's a Jeep that was parked across from my driveway. That Bronco where I was showing you the white Bronco where the black pickup truck is usually parked in the driveway with the white Bronco. This is on my street. This is another white vehicle, like maybe down from me. So this is another white vehicle. It just doesn't make sense. And then I want to show you, like this orange vehicle. They done plotted this vehicle here where it's been on the street. Nobody's driving it. So I don't know. It might be a camera in there or whatnot, but they already got surveillance out there, and then the drones out there watching, and then they got their security cameras, you know. But yeah. And then I'm gonna get to a picture toward the end. I'm almost done showing these images where you're gonna see where this was like Sunday. It was no cars parked in the driveway this way, and then back toward my left. And I'm gonna show you that. But the only car that was showing was this one right here. That's been sitting out there for the longest. Okay, so this is that same vehicle here because you can see that orange vehicle that's parked on the street. You can see this white vehicle here. It's a so that vehicle back here. Let me go back here. That's a perp vehicle. On this street here, this is like a visitor vehicle, and then you can see that white vehicle there. That's a visitor vehicle. These two visitor vehicles, and then it's a little blurred. I can't really tell what color that is, but from a distance it look white, like a white vehicle. Okay, so this is where I've shown you where there was a white pickup truck in the first video of the rims. So it's like another white vehicle in this driveway here. So it's probably a like a visitor vehicle. And then this vehicle here is white, a visitor vehicle, and it's white. Um, Now I'm going to show you. This is the street where like two white vehicles. They're not the same, but they're at the same household, and it's on the other side of this red Jeep here. So you see this big old red Jeep. So notice that within the community this year, and then you can see this white vehicle here, of it being a PERT vehicle. And this red vehicle, this definitely a PERT vehicle right here. So here's a picture here. Again, you see in the red vehicle here, and there's two white vehicles at this household. Doesn't make sense at all whatsoever. Why would you have two white vehicles? And I'm gonna tell you, I was talking to one of the perps. This was a while ago, and I had mentioned. I said, just to see what was going to be said. I said, it's so many white vehicles in the community, and mind you, and I showed you the vehicle of the one of the pickup trucks and that this individual has, and I'm gonna say something like, well, maybe they're like cheap or something, and I thought to myself, you know what, what a perp, you know, like give me a break. Here you're gonna see this was that first video of where the perp was standing out in the driveway and of them having a white vehicle. So here you're gonna see this white, it's a different white vehicle here, so that's like a visitor vehicle. And then this green vehicle, they're doing things with the green vehicles as well. And then that white Jeep, because I showed you the picture. So this is a PERT vehicle, and of that blue vehicle being parked on the street. So you kind of like see it like clear. So that's why I'm showing you this again. This picture here, this image here is two white vehicles in the at this household as well. So this is like the third household with two white vehicles. So they're perps. And then these vehicles here, they're visiting. So this image here again of this is that orange vehicle, and as you can see, this vehicle, I showed you this vehicle because it was out in the driveway. So that's a PERT vehicle there. And then showing the picture of this is like another day, but that white Jeep vehicle, you know, where the blue vehicle would be parked on the street. So you can see these two white vehicles down on the end here. So it's kind of blurry, where I can't really pinpoint telling you whether it's a visitor or a perp or not. But the one on the street probably is a visitor. And then this is the white vehicle where I was saying that it had like these type of tags, license plate tags. So it's bagged in, but can't really pinpoint if it's like it's a if they had switched up vehicles, because they this particular household had like another color vehicle other than the white, of it being like a Cadillac. So now but yeah, this is a PERT vehicle here. So you can see this white vehicle here. It's perps that live here, but this is a visitor white vehicle here. See, it's a white vehicle here. It's one down here on this end. So this is a visitor vehicle here. White vehicle there. And then this is where the two Mercedes are, the white Mercedes, and then have a this is like a white vehicle here, and it's like a visitor vehicle. So it's a white vehicle here. I want to say it's a visitor vehicle. And then it's a white vehicle inside here, the garage here. That is a perp vehicle. And so getting toward the end, because I don't want to run out of time of my storage space on my on this video. So you can see this was a image taken on Sunday, which was yesterday. So it's a little blurry, but you can see how this vehicle is just sitting there. And it's been sitting there for the longest, as if no one is driving it. And sometimes it'll be pulled up in the driveway and then back on the street. But as you can see, there are no vehicles parked in the driveway, in any of these driveways. But there's usually this driveway here is usually a vehicle parked there. And then I'm gonna show you, and I took a video, not a video, but an image on the other end. So it's no vehicles parked in driveway on this end as well. But before, it was as if they were leaving their vehicles out in the driveway. And of having a garage and not parking their vehicle in a garage, of of being watched, if coming out, whether you walking out the door, going, walking out in the driveway, you're in your vehicle, then it's like they're coming out as if they're getting ready to leave, they're getting something out of their vehicles. So it's like, it's to a point where as if they didn't did all what they didn't did, but they still, doing things and benefiting. But is as if you may see like I want to say like at least 3 cars in the driveway now. But before, it was like other cars being left in the driveway when there was a garage. And it's like, why would you leave your vehicle in the driveway when there's a garage? It don't make sense. So just want to go through these images real quick before I end this video. Let me see. Okay, so it's like not only seeing the white vehicles in the community, is like these different type of vehicles. So like the Broncos. So this is a visitor vehicle. This is a visit. I already showed you this one, like the big Bronco, the white Bronco. That's a visitor. Here, I had showed you an image where there was a white Equinox. So they no longer have the white Equinox. They have a Bronco, which was of, I'm just gonna say new of this year. There go that other white Bronco where the black pickup truck is on the other side. So that's a the perp vehicle, but it's a one of the new Broncos in the community. I want to say within this year. This is another Bronco on the street. Matter of fact, this is on the street where I live. This is another new Bronco of I want to say of last year of 2025, and then this is a Bronco here. So the white Bronco, and then and this was that Bronco, like I said, on the street where I live. And again, showing of that white Bronco where the black pickup truck, and that's that Bronco where the white Equinox. And then this was a visiting Bronco, and this was on the street where I live. And then as you can see, this is where that orange vehicle was parked. So this was like the beginning of around the beginning of this year. I want to say like around, this had to have been like around March. It had to have been like around March. Okay. So I want to go through really quick. And you're going to find of this being, it is not something ironic. And I'm going to show you the Mercedes that were in the community as well. So starting with this one, I'm going to point out the ones that's on the street where I lived. So this like drop top Mercedes. And remember what I told you about with the Mercedes, what they're doing with the Mercedes, as if is an indication of the perp that was on that job. So this was on the street. Matter of fact, it belonged in this driveway here. And so now they're driving a white Jeep, and I'll just say they ended up getting some home improvement done on the outside, which I mentioned in one of my videos. So, yeah. So that was one of them. And then I already showed the Mercedes here, the white one, in both videos. So that Mercedes, that's on another street in the community. Now this Mercedes here, and then you can see like this red Jeep here. This Mercedes appeared to be a little more expensive, like SUV Mercedes. That person no longer lives in the community. Yeah. So they moved like I want to say like 2 years ago. But they were perps. And matter of fact, you can see that was in of my dashboard of March 2023. And then this was a Mercedes, like a blue Mercedes on another street within the community. As you can see, this is where that well, no, that's another blue vehicle. That's like look like a blue Jeep SUV. But this is like a blue Mercedes. And I want to say that was a visitor vehicle. And then this vehicle here is like a little antique style Mercedes. Now, that was the first Mercedes I've seen in the community, um, of that one being in the community like first. And then it was, I'm gonna go back to this one. Then it was this one here on the same street where I live. And then and now this one here on the same street where I live. And so that's not ironic. It's like there is some involvement in it pertaining to the targeting. So this one is like that white one I was showing you. And so it's like it's too close. It's not something that's coincidental. So this is this, and I can't make this up. This is what they're doing. And then look at the rims. Look like a star. Look at it. So this black Mercedes here. So they had a white pickup truck, and now this is what they're driving now. So this is what I want to show you all. Can't make this up. You can go back and look at both of the videos. I'm glad I was able to get all the information out on this second video. All you have to do is just go back through and look at those vehicles, and you'll tell that they're different vehicles, unless I pointed it out and was for sure and let you know whether it was a visitor vehicle, or if it was a perp vehicle. And so again, like with there are TIs that I look at their videos where they may be walking and they'll point out the synchronicities of the vehicles of the white, red, and blue. And then there's one that drives around and points out the vehicles of the white, red, and blue. But but I'm showing what's going on in the community where I live. So, and it's just so corrupt. It's so corrupt. And as if like as if not knowing what they're doing. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious that they're part of the program and they're involved with the targeting. So I want to go ahead and end this video here. I didn't want it to be long. It's about 48 minutes. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna have some other videos coming up as well, so stay tuned for those. Thank you for watching my channel.